So tell me what brings you here.
I think I'm having a high anxiety right now. I just had a birthday. I turned 56 years old,
Happy birthday.
and thank you. And I think anxiety is getting in. I'm getting, older. You think about retirement. You think about all the things because I know that I have more years behind me than I have in front of me. And that has become a big reality. And I think it scares me. It has scared me a little bit. So I've had a lot of deaths in my classmates, um, and that kind of stuck in. So now I'm trying to get past that point. So
Gotcha.
that's what brings me here, helping me get past death,
Yeah.
which I shouldn't be concentrating on.
Gotcha. Okay. That is a lot of intense thoughts, in terms of, yeah, especially after having a birthday. So, if you don't mind, walk me through like kind of like the day of your birthday. What were some of your immediate thoughts like on that day?
I thank God for wake that I woke up
Okay.
because the anxiety started the night before,
Hmm.
and I had a hard time sleeping.
Okay.
Um, because I didn't know if I was gonna wake up.
Mm.
And it was more intense than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
So the day of my birthday, I was thankful that I opened my eyes and I said, I'm still here. And but throughout the day, before I got to go out and celebrate, go out to have dinner and everything, when you're left alone with your thoughts,
Mhm.
I was left alone with my thoughts.
Yeah.
And they were not good. They were, every time I got a pain or something, it's like, oh, maybe this is it. And
Mm.
maybe this is it. And
Okay.
that's what I went through
Yeah.
all day until my mind got occupied with something else and I went out to dinner and I was able to concentrate on myself. But I think that alone time was bad for me.
Okay.
So if that answer your question?
Yeah. And this anxiety, is it always associated with like life and death, or like maybe is it associated with like deaths of people close to you? Is it associated with when you start thinking about, or let me rephrase, is it associated with deaths that are happening around you? And then does that make you reevaluate your life every time that happens?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So, again, I mentioned earlier about my classmates
Hmm.
passing, and because, you know, we have a very close, a lot of close relationships, a lot of my
Yeah.
classmates, and, talking to them, finding out that some of them have had heart attacks, and it happens after they're 50. So when you hear somebody talking about it, or talking about, oh yeah, I went through that, or that, or hear that one of my classmates had passed away, it makes you think about
Mm,
they're my age,
yeah.
they're now in my age bracket. Whereas, when you're younger and you hear somebody older pass away, it doesn't phase you so much because you like, oh, they old. Well,
Yeah.
guess what? I'm old.
You're old now.
That's
Your
what I feel
mindset.
like. I'm in that mindset
Okay.
because of that is happening so around me and so much. And I don't know if it's COVID that is so much, but I have lost a lot of classmates. And, then I think you internalize a lot of things that people tell you that was going on with them happening, that,
Okay.
and then you be like, yeah, so, and I always associate with a heart attack because it's not even a stroke or anything. Most of them have heart attacks. So those symptoms that you hear them talk about, I get them.
Okay.
And, and they, and I know it's not a trigger. Is that a good
Okay.
word?
That's a good word to use. Yeah.
When my boss, when now because I'm getting closer to retirement and now I have been working on my goals at work. So the first thing I wanted to tell her that I'm ready for retirement.
Yeah.
She wants me to talk about what I'm doing for her. And I really wanted to write down what when they ask you what you do in the next 5 years, retire.
Retiring.
That's what I
Okay.
want to say.
Yeah.
But I could not. And so that brung on more anxiety, like,
Okay.
and I became flustered.
Mm,
And it was I just became flustered
mm.
totally,
Yeah.
thinking that all of that was too much to process. So now I'm thinking about dying, but I'm in that retirement. I'm getting older. It's a whole lot to
Yeah.
process. So it just brung on it and heightened
Those
my anxiety.
feelings. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And so now not only is this kind of anxiety associated with death around you, but it's also kind of associated with life, like your life plan, it sounds like. And
Yes.
um, so, in keeping with like thinking about those around you, because I want to see how this thought process may apply in other scenarios to maybe help, help both of us see what your emotions may look like beyond this anxiety. And so, when your friends who are, I would assume, around your same age, or your classmates, some of your living classmates, as they are planning for their lives, and if one of them were to come to you with this kind of same thought process, the same scenario, what advice would you give them? How would you advise them, from this place that you're in right now? Or would you?
To tell myself, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So what would I tell them? It's easier to talk to somebody else and give
It
them advice
is.
than it is for me
Yes.
to take it. So I would just tell them, why I would ask them, why are you worried about dying? We already feel that we don't know life is short. So
Mhm.
you need to live it to its fullest. Think
Mhm.
about living. Think about places that you can go. Think
Yeah.
about traveling. Think about things that you're gonna be able to do. And this is how I be telling them. It's hard to tell myself that, but
Yeah.
that's what I would tell them. Like, go, find that happy place. What is it that you like to do? And when you retire, you can be able to do all of those. It puts you in a happier place.
Yeah.
And that's probably what I would tell them.
Okay. And then where did you learn this kind of this very positive, outlook on like living in the moment? Where do you think you learned that?
I think being around positive people, I have surrounded myself with positive people.